Hi fellow beaders, it's JP and I'm back on camera again. You guys seem to like this format and that's what a lot of you told me. So I am going to try to do this in every video. So hello again. And in today's video I'm going to be showing you how to make these earrings that I'm wearing, and I'm going to give you a close-up in just a second. And whoops, there's the camera. Pull back. There you go. That's what the earring looks like. You'll get to see a little closer and I'll explain the materials and all of that. But first, before I do that, I just want to say thank you so much for all of your feedback and input. It is so nice to hear. I love it when you guys comment, and I love hearing from you. So please comment below in the video if you haven't said hello, or just say hello again. It doesn't matter. I also have a Facebook group, so you guys can join that. Just look for JRPDesigns. It's got a page, and then there's a Facebook group attached to the page. And I also have a newsletter that I do. It's an email newsletter. I'm going to put all the links down in the description box. It's below the video where it says see more, and just click on that, and then it'll have all the links that you need. And it also has a material list, which I don't know if you guys knew that. I try to put what the materials that I use in that list, in case you don't remember what I said during the video. You know, because I'm assuming you guys watch the video and then you go back and get your materials, and then so it's then it's just a lot easier for you guys to just go look at the list. Anyway, thank you again for all your wonderful comments and feedback. Keep it coming. I really enjoy hearing from you, and it helps me to make better videos. And that herringbone and Petersburg, I can't seem to say that correctly. The videos for that, either a bracelet or some type of jewelry, I'm going to be doing that. It's coming up. I didn't miss it, so I'm most definitely going to work on that. And I'm also going to try to do more earring videos for you guys, or not earring, necklace videos. I'm thinking of the earring that I just made, which is why I said earring. Anyway, well, I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial and enjoy your weekend, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. As I said earlier, I'm going to give you a little closer look at the earrings. Here they are. They're just cute little earrings that make up quickly, and I will show you how to do a bracelet with the center component piece here probably next week, so stay tuned for that. But what you need to make the earrings are going to be 6mm fire polish beads. You can use anything else that's 6mm, so a 6mm round, a pearl. It's also bicones will be cute too, so anything that you got should work. You will need 11 seed beads, and you are going to need 8 4mm beads. So again, I used 4mm fire polish because these are fire polish, so I was just matching everything. So if you use bicones, 6mm bicones, and go ahead and use obviously 4mm bicones. But you know what? You can change it up. I mean, there's no rule that says you have to use the same bead type and just change out the size. So whatever works. I think that this is versatile enough that it'll accommodate whatever beads you have. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so to start our earring today, we are going to pick up 3 of our 6mm beads and 3 of our 11 beads. And you can probably guess what I'm going to do here. I'm going to make a circle. So got to tie a knot in order to do that. So I'm tying a square knot, overhead knot, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to get a little itty bitty triangle with our beads here. And there it is. And that's what you should have. I'm going to go ahead and pull my knot into my larger bead here. That's what I typically do. And I want it to stay in there. I don't want it to come out and go into the 11 So now for my 11 oops, I just spread out all my little 11 That's okay. You pick up 3, and we're going to go around the same 11 like so, and then go through the 6mm fire polish and the next 11-0, and we're going to repeat. So pick up 3, go back around that 11-0 and through the fire polish and out of the next 11-0. So that's what you get, and you repeat again. So I ripped my work out of my hand. I picked up 3, and I'm just going to go back through these 11-0 beads here. Just like that. Then I'm going to continue through the 6mm and into the 11-0 down here. Turn your work so you can, or at least, you know, whatever is comfortable. So this is more comfortable for me, so I'm going to turn my work. I'm going to go up into this top bead. And, well, this is what you should have. So you should have another mini triangle. And now what we're going to do is we are going to make the back part of our earring. So I'm going to pick up 3 11-0s, and I'm going to go into this next top 11-0 here. I'm going to make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. And I'm just going to get this in place. You're basically going to bring them together, and this will look a little more clear once I have all 3 of my sides done. So I'm going to work on the second side here. So I'm picking up 3 11-0s, and I'm going into this next bead here, that 11-0 bead. That's part of that group. Okay, so now I got 2 out of the 3 sides done, as you can see, and we got to do 1 more. So I pick up 3, and I go into this bead here. So make sure you know where you're going. So if you loosen the beads, you'll be able to see that, because this is where we kind of started out. And there's the back. Bring it in a little closer, you guys can see what I did there. And here's our front. Here's what that looks like. No big drastic change there. Okay, so now we got to come back to the front. So I'm coming out of that bead here, and we can go ahead and reinforce actually before we do that. So we can go back through these beads again to reinforce this back portion, and just makes it a little more secure too. So I'm just going through the beads. I'm trying to keep my tail thread out of the way. All right, so I've gone through 2 sides. This is the 3rd side, and I'm going to be back to the beginning. And you'll be able to tell because as you go through, as thread goes through the beads, it's harder to get through that bead. So again, there's our back. So you're exiting out of this bead. Now you're going to come down into this bead here. And then into a bead that's between our 2 fire polish here. So this is going to be this 11-0 here. Then you are going to pick up 8 11-0 beads. So I got 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And you are going to skip the fire polish and go into our 11-0 here. And you get a little half loop around our fire polish. And we repeat. So pick up 8 more. 6, 7, and 8. And go through this next 11-0 here. And there's our next. And I'm going to repeat this one last time. Oh, where's my thread? My thread is stuck. I see it. It looped around itself. There we go. And pick up 8, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And last, this is our last bead to go around. Go into that and then go up 4 of the 11 beads. There we go. So I went up 4 from the loops that we added. Pick up an 11 and go down next through all the 4. And we'll get a nice looking point. Go through the 11 here, and then if you can, go up 4 beads into the loop. Like so. And I'm going to pick up, oops, I'm just picking up 1. And then down through all of these beads. And also the bead that's between the fire polish. Okay, now we just got to do this one more time. You go up 4. And we add our point. And there we are. So part of our component is done. Go ahead and continue onward. Actually, let's go ahead and make the ear loop part. So I'm going to go back 1. So instead of going through 4, go through only 3. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take an 11, one of your 4mm fire polish, and another 11, and we are going to skip 1, 2, 3 11s, and we are going to come out of the 4th 11. So you're coming out of an 11 here, and this is the 3rd one from where you added the point. Then you skip 3, and then you go into the 4th. And the reason to do that is just to help this sit nicely, and it's in really good place in the beads. Then what you're going to do is pick up 4 11 beads, and I'm going to turn the work around in the back, and this is going to create a little support system for this back portion here. And so you're going to bring it around, and you're actually going to come through this, again, this bead here, which is where these are all connected together. So, and then you'll be able to go up into the fire polish, is how that's set up. Okay, so let me go over that again. So with this, so it creates this little back for us to support our fire polish. So we're coming, first originally we came out of this bead here, I added the 4, came up through this one, and then we went up. So we're going to go back through again. So I'm coming out of the fire polish, I'm going to go through the one right next to the fire polish, then the next 11 there, then through our loop of 4 to make that a little stiffer, so it's kind of loose and I have some slack here. So I'm going to tighten all that up and up the 2 11s and then into the fire polish. So anyway, it's just to create a little support back there and makes it easier to kind of reinforce this part of our beadwork. Now all we need to do is create our loop. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up 7 beads, 711. That sounded so weird. 711 beads, like 7-Eleven, I don't know. Okay. Just go back around the fire polish and there's the loop. Go ahead and reinforce this. So first thing I'm going to do is create my point. So I'm going to go through the first 3, skip the 4th bead and then down the 3, and that'll help create that point that I want, and then through the fire polish. And there it is. Here's the front. Make sure you guys can see that. I'm just adjusting the focus here. Okay, so to continue, now you can go ahead and reinforce that once more. So go back through these beads one more time. And down the 3. Through the fire polish. Just like so. Now what I want to do is continue down, and I need to get down to this opposite side. So what I'm going to do is go through my beads here, go through the back, and through that loop that we made in the back. And some of these beads are going to be very tight at this point. So like this one here is very tight, so I'm going to go ahead and just use the pliers. Goes a lot faster with the pliers. And don't worry, I'm not going to break a bead. I've done this a few times. So I know when the bead is like too ready to break. We're good. Now I'm going to go into this bead here, but instead of going up into the fire polish, then into these next 11 and then fire polish, I'm actually going to continue downward. So I'm going to continue down this way, and I want to get into the larger fire polish so that I can get down further on the component. So through the 11, and if you can, go through that fire polish now. And we continue. So now through an 11 that's between the fire polish, and we're going to go into these 11 now and get down to that point. I'm at a weird angle there. There we go. And there we are. Now you're going to pick up 2 11-ohs, our 4mm, and 2 more 11-ohs, and we're going to go back through the same 11-oh bead here. And that's what you're going to get. Go down into the 2 11-ohs, like so. Then through the fire polish. Pick up an 11-oh, fire polish, 11-oh, fire polish, and 1 more 11-oh. Now we go back through this first 4mm fire polish. And here's our piece, and it's a little loose right now, but I'll fix that in just a second. go into the 11-0 and exit out of this next fire polish. And we are going to pick up 5 11-0 beads and go back around this fire polish, like so. Then we continue, go into the 11-0 and our third 4mm fire polish here, and we repeat, pick up 5. Here's our 5th one, and go around that same fire polish that the thread's exiting. That's what you should get. Go through the 11-0 and then the fire polish. All right, and now we're going to create our little point. So we're going to go into the 11-0, into the fire polish. We're going to go into just the first 2 11-0s. We'll skip the middle one of the group of 5 here, and then down the 2. And this should pop up, and if it doesn't, just take your needle and pull it up and give the thread a tug, like so, and then back through the fire polish. And there we are. And we're going to do that again for this other one here. So I'm going to go through the 11-0 and fire polish. Go up 2. We're going to skip this middle one and then down the 2 here. And it pops up. And there's our piece. So now we're back into this 11-0 and into the fire polish. So here's the piece from the front, and we're basically done. All I'm going to do now is reinforce this section here and then tie off. So to reinforce, nothing to it, I'm exiting out of this. I'm going to go up into these 11-0 beads and then back down the ones on the side. Get the tail out of the way there. These 2 on the side. And through the fire polish. Now to tie off, I'm just going to tie some 1/2 knots between my 11-0s and my 4mm. This is a good place to tie off because this is sort of the dangle portion, and you don't have to force yourself back up and through these beads that are already, our thread's been through a few times. So I'm going to go into this 11-0, and I'm working from the back view again, just because it's easier for me to work upwards. And I make my loop, my 1/2 knot loop. All right, this tail thread is getting in my way, and I unthreaded my needle. So first things first, keep your needle threaded. It's important in order for you to keep your finish your beadwork. So this is a problem I have. I do this constantly. All right, let's try that again. I'm going to make a 1/2 knot. And then I'm going to go into the fire polish and the 11-0 here. Make another knot. And through the fire polish. Make my 3rd knot. Make sure thread is not looped around anything. And we're done. I'm weaving the thread away. So I'm just going to go up into these 11 O's if it will let me. I'm going to do that 2 at a time so I'm not at a weird angle. Because a lot of times it's not that you can't get any more thread into the bead, it's just the angle that you're coming through. That makes it a little bit more difficult. And again, I'm not going to break the bead. I do, like I said, someone was very worried. They were telling me they were sweating watching me use these pliers. No, it's not going to happen, guys. Don't worry. I'm very careful and pretty good. I've been working with Toho. These are Tohos for a while, so I know what I can do. Okay. Well, I'm going to stop there. I'm going to go ahead and trim my thread. Trim. And trim this little tail out of the way. There it is. Grab my ear wire, which is a nice simple one. I don't need a jump ring for this one. Okay, here they are. Really cute, simple earrings. Little... So I think that should make up really, really quickly. And fun little project to do on this long weekend that we've got going on. Well, you guys have fun beading and have a good long weekend. I hope you have a happy, peaceful Memorial Day. Bye.